This is my body.
And that is my chop.
I want to make love to you.
Some are facing the truth.
Don't worry about her.
Wanna bet?
Be careful what you wish for.
While others
You're gonna risk it all?
For her, I'll risk everything.
Get out of there right now.
need to watch their back.
No.
Tyler Perry's The Oval.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another Tyler Perry's The Oval video if you're new. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for The Oval, Season 2, Episode 9. If you're a fan of The Oval, if you love The Oval, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on The Oval, you get them. Now, this episode is titled Political Junkie, and I think this was a great episode. It was better than the last one, in my opinion. I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10. It was a really good one, and it picks up exactly where we left off, like each episode always does. We see Max and Bobby in the car. You know, they see Kyle bringing something out, and they're freaking out. You know, they're like, what the hell? And Bobby says, I swear to God, if he hurts Lily, I'm gonna flip. I am going to do something, you know, I don't want to do. He's ready to go in and Max has to stop him. He's like, no, this is not the right time. But then, you know, he ends up letting him go and he tells Max to go after Kyle. Now, next we see Priscilla and Norm still in the hospital room and she says, what did she say? Norm says, I think she said Jean. And then she's out of it again. You know, she isn't able to say anything anymore. And Norm says that happens sometimes. He said she'll be out of it. You know, sometimes she'll be alert and sometimes she won't. And Priscilla's like, wow, that's crazy. She tells him that if anything else comes up, you know, if her condition changes or anything, to let her know. Now, next we see Donald. You know, he finally gets home and he sees Lily there. And of course, they're just faking. You know, Donald's trying to play nice. He's saying, I'm glad you're here. I missed you and everything. And she says, you know, that we could have made everything work. Like, things did not have to play out the way they did. I love you. But then she brings up how he tried to kill her. And then everything just got crazy a little bit. She starts raising her voice. And she's saying, I can't believe you did that. Donald's saying, I'm so sorry. You know, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean anything by it. And she pushes him and Bobby comes in with the gun. You know, he's walking up to Donald. He's ready to shoot Donald. And Lily's saying, no, I want you to live. I'm sorry. Like, you know, she's trying to play it off in front of Donald to make it seem like she really wants him. But she's saying that so Bobby doesn't pull that trigger. And then Bobby ends up leaving because she makes that face and she puts her hand out, pretty much telling him to get the hell out of there. Now, next we see Richard. He's coming out of the bathroom. He's all dressed up in his suit and everything. And Nancy said, come on, Richard. You ain't hungry or anything? Like, we need to talk. Let's talk about this. And Richard said, we don't have anything to talk about until you tell me who the father of that boy is. And Nancy says, Richard, I know you're mad. I know you are. But I just would have felt better if you would have came down to the funeral home with me because Picky's funeral is tomorrow. And she keeps on trying to talk to him. He doesn't want to hear it. And then he walks out. Barry's out there standing there listening. And Barry says, Dad, don't you hear Mom talking to you? And Richard says, stay out of it. Barry says, how do you expect me to stay out of it when I'm right here in the middle of it? And Richard said, well, you don't have to be in the middle of it. Then Sharon's coming up the stairs and she says hi to Richard and says that he smells good. And Richard leaves and goes downstairs. You know, Sharon says hi to Nancy. And then Sharon goes in the room with Barry and talks to him. So she tells Barry that she is pregnant and it's his kid. She's pregnant with his baby. And he says, Sharon, why didn't you just tell me that? And she says, because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And he's like, you're not getting an abortion. And she said, I didn't say that I was. And she says to Barry, you can't even take care of the child that you have. And Barry gets so mad from that comment. He's like, why would you say some stupid shit like that? Why would you say some petty shit like that? You know I always took care of Callie when I had her. Why would you say that? So she says, I'm so sorry. I did not mean that. I really didn't mean to say that. And Barry says, do you think Kareem could do a better job? And she says, are you serious? Why do you always got to bring him up? And it just turns into a huge fight. They just start arguing back and forth bad. And Nancy comes in there and says, what is going on? And Barry says, look, this has nothing to do with you. Why don't you go cook or something? And she says, boy, I will slap the shit out of you. Do not talk to me like that. I'm not going to put up with your disrespect. And he says, Dad does. I don't know why he always has to bring up the fact that his dad is always disrespecting her. That has nothing to do with Barry disrespecting her. But he says, look, Dad went out of here smelling all good, dressed up. He's definitely not going to hang out with the fellas. When Nancy said she was going to slap the shit out of Barry, Sharon says, good, somebody needs to. And Barry tells her to shut up. She tells him to shut up. And they just keep going back and forth. Sharon said she's going to get her stuff and leave. And Barry tells her to get all her things. So she grabs her stuff. She's getting ready to go. Nancy goes up to her and says, look, you need me to give you a ride or anything? She said that she was going to take a car service. And Nancy just tells her that if she needs anything to call her. Next, the First Lady calls and asks if Ellie left yet. And we already know she is going to go and start some trouble. We just know it, man. Like, she does not like Ellie. She can't stand that woman. She knows that she's sleeping with Hunter. She just knows it. Now, next we see Alan in his office and he hears the door. And it's Jason. You know, Jason's peeking his head in. Alan tells Jason that he can come in and sit down. And he opens the door and comes in. And apparently, he had his dick in his hand because Alan is looking like, what the hell? He said, why do you have your dick in your hand? Put it away right now. Put that shit away. So Jason sits down and he puts it away. And Alan says, I'm going to need you to use some of this. And he gives him some sanitizer. And then he says, so what's up, man? What's up? Do you like it here? And Jason says, not really. Alan says, how can you not like it here? I mean, look around. Look at the history in this place. He says, I'll show you around sometime if you want me to. Like, I can give you a tour around this place. He said, we can be friends as long as you don't come in here ever again with your dick out. He said, what the hell was up with that? But then he says, look, if you want to try to shock me, you're going to have to try a lot harder than that. I got a brother with special needs, so I'm used to that kind of thing around the house. And Jason really took offense to that. He says, dude, I don't have special needs. And Alan says, look, I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to make a point. And Jason gets kind of mad and he leaves. Now, next we see Priscilla in the car. She's driving. Nancy gives her a call. You know, she wants to know about Richard. And this is when Nancy finds out that Richard went out with Frida. Nancy tells Priscilla that, you know, Richard went out of the house all fast. You know, he was dressed up and everything. And Priscilla tells her that, you know, he went out on a date. And Nancy said, was it that Frida woman? And she's like, I knew it. Now, next we see the president doing nothing, slacking off like normal. He comes to see Ellie. You know, he asks what she's doing and stuff. And if she can stop doing what she's doing to chill with him. And then he says, what do you got to drink in here? She says, nothing, Hunter, I'm at work. And he's like, come on, what do you got? And she says, well, I got weed gummies. So he's like, ooh, I'll take 2. Come on, have one with me. And she's like, no, come on, I'm at work. I can't do this. And Hunter just keeps on trying to get her to do stuff over and over again. And that's why she always eventually gives in, because this dude constantly is bugging her. Then we see the First Lady come in there and she tries to interrupt whatever they have going on. And it's funny, man, because she told her to get checked because Hunter has so many STDs. She told her to get her mouth and her vagina checked. You know, Hunter's like, no, I do not. Get out of here. And then eventually she leaves and Hunter says she is the worst. I wonder if Hunter and Victoria are ever actually gonna hook up on this show. That's what I've been wondering about for a while. Like, they might just do it just to do it one time. But I don't know, man. They hate each other so much, it might not ever happen. Now, next, Victoria gets back to her room and she looks over and it's Jason. he's just standing there staring at her. She says, "What are you doing? Get out of here. Why are you standing there?" And he's just standing there staring with the weirdest look. And he's like, "You're really not afraid of me?" And she said, "No." But really, I think she actually is scared of him. The way she was kind of looking, she was looking scared. Now next we see Sam at home. He's sitting on the couch relaxing. He probably just got home. He doesn't feel like going nowhere, but he gets a call from the first lady and she says, "You know how I told you I like to run? Can you come and take me for a run?" She wants to go to like a park or something. And he's like, no, ma'am, I can't do that. I just got home. And she's like, "Really? I'm telling you to do something and you're telling me no?" And he's like, "Well, I can come back to the White House and we can go for a walk, like around the White House and stuff." And she says that's better than nothing. But I have a feeling, man, Sam might give in and do something with her. I mean, this woman is trying everything to try to sleep with Sam. Now next we see Priscilla. She gets to Jean's house and it's completely destroyed. It's ransacked. Now first, Priscilla calls the police and she's saying that she wants to report something. She got to somebody's place and it's been completely ransacked, and they tell her that she has to come in. And she's like, "Why? I have to come in, but it's been completely torn apart." And then she was like, "Okay, I understand." She calls Greg and she's telling Greg that, she's at Jean's place and it's completely messed up. He already knows that because he already went there. And he said, yeah, something is definitely going on. Like, she is missing this long. Something has to have happened. He said he's going to go home, and she said that she'll meet him there. Now next we see Dale sitting outside on the back of his truck just drinking a beer, and Kyle pulls up next to him. And this just would not happen. Like, Kyle just randomly pulls up next to this dude. Why would he randomly be parked next to Kyle? I mean, Washington ain't the biggest place, but it ain't this small. I mean, what are the chances of Dale running into Kyle this way? But he's just sitting there drinking. Kyle is taking something out of his trunk. Then we see Max call Bobby and he tells him that he's at Kyle's apartment on Franklin. And Bobby says, "What are you, a detective now? Just stay there, I'll meet you." And Max says, "Nope, I got it," and he hangs up. Then we see Kyle talking to Dale, and Dale's buzzing a little bit. He's in the mood to have fun, but he's not in the mood to deal with assholes like Kyle. And that's exactly what he told Kyle, because Kyle was being kind of rude and stuff. And Dale says, "I'm not in the mood to meet assholes." And then Kyle's like, "Come on, I'm sorry. Like, you can come in and have some drinks with me and stuff." So Dale agrees to it and he goes with Kyle. Then we see Max go to Kyle's car and he's searching his trunk. He looks in that tub that's in the trunk and he doesn't find nothing. Then we see Kyle and Dale sitting in the living room drinking. They're talking, trying to get to know each other and stuff. They're both buzzing, saying that they're lit. Then we see Richard out to dinner with Frida, and Richard is saying how much he's always wanted this. Frida says how she's curious as to what happened with him and his wife. She wants answers. She's curious as to why he is interested in her now. And Richard says, "Look, you don't have to worry about my wife," but he's not really giving her any details. He's just saying that he wants to make love to her and that he's always liked her and stuff. And then here comes Nancy. She's all dressed up, got a red dress on and everything. She comes over and Frida, she's just looking like, oh shit. And Nancy comes over there and she sits down. Next we see Kareem at his place. There's a knock at the door and it's Sharon. And Sharon says, "Can I come in or can I stay here or something?" And Kareem's like, "You don't even have to ask." He grabbed her bag and he was so quick to put her bag down, tell her to sit down. He said that he got takeout. He's going to get some plates and stuff. He comes over, sits down, and he's giving her some food. She doesn't really want to talk. She's not in the mood. She said, "Can we just sit here in silence for a minute?" And then she tells him to take off his clothes. So he takes off his clothes, and then she's all over him. She's having sex with him out of nowhere. Like, are you serious? She went from, arguing with Barry at his house, coming straight over here having sex with Kareem. I mean, she doesn't know what she wants. I don't really like Kareem, and sometimes I don't really like Barry. Barry is a hothead, but I'd rather her be with Barry. I don't like Kareem on the show. Now, when we see Greg, he gets to his place and he calls Priscilla because Jean is dead. She's just laying there in the bed. He calls Priscilla like, oh my God, Jean is dead. And Priscilla says, look, do not touch anything. I'll be right over. And of course, Priscilla, she's shocked because she's been looking for Jean for a while. So she couldn't believe that, Greg said she was dead. Then next we see Dale and Kyle. They're still talking and Kyle has to go to the bathroom. Dale says he's getting ready to go have a smoke. And Kyle's like, no, don't go nowhere. So he gets up to have a smoke and Kyle says, just come back, all right? So Kyle goes in the bathroom, he's taking a piss, and Max comes up behind him and he says, guess who? And they start fighting. They're tussling, punching, kicking, or whatever. And I don't know what's gonna happen with this situation. Then next we see Priscilla go into Greg's room. Jean's laying there on the bed dead, and so is Greg. And Priscilla is just surprised, screaming. She doesn't know what to do. She's crying. And then that's the end of the episode. But overall, man, this was a solid episode. A lot of crazy things went down in this one. I can't wait to see what happens with Max and Kyle. I wonder if Kyle's gonna die. I can't wait to see what happens with Priscilla and Jean and everything. Like, I really want Priscilla to find out the truth, that it was Jason who killed her. There's just a lot of things I can't wait to find out. But I thought this was a solid one. What did you guys think of this episode? Comment your thoughts down below. What are your theories, thoughts, predictions, and everything else? Keep supporting your boy, and I'll be continuing to bring y'all the Oval content in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy, FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.